Hey friends, Sean from SGT Report here with a very important update. But first I want to thank everyone who downloaded and installed the Brave browser. It's twice as fast as Google Chrome and it won't spy on you. For those who haven't downloaded it, you should try it. You're going to love it. And if you use the link below, the folks at Brave will pay SGT Report $5 in crypto when you download the browser, install it, and use it for at least 30 days. Once you start using Brave, you won't want to stop. It's a Google Chrome killer. And friends, as many of you already know, Google is playing Hammer Time on SGT Report, both on YouTube and sgtreport.com, absolutely hammering the view count and making it so that people can't find our website or our YouTube videos at all unless you directly type in SGT Report and search for them. Boy, I'll tell you this, the hammer is a theme in this video. So we'll begin with this powerful quote. "He who does not know the truth is just a fool, but he who knows it and calls it a lie is a criminal." That quote is from Bertolt Brecht, a German playwright and poet, and I wanted to begin with that quote because I saw it at the end of a very thought-provoking video called When Astronauts Rise from the Dead, which I posted on my website, thephaser.com. There have been some strange goings-on at NASA since its inception, so you may want to seek out that video and watch it. But that quote from Bertolt Brecht calls to mind the last post from Q on May 12th. Attempts by Dems, fake news, and those guilty of treason to shape the public narrative by providing falsehoods will fail. President Trump called it right. They all know the truth. Nadler, Pelosi, Schiff, Comey, Brennan, Clinton. And he who knows the truth and calls it a lie is a criminal. But not only do they know the truth and call it a lie, they are also covering up a much darker truth. And that's the fact that Barack Obama, while president, set up an illegal surveillance platform to spy on millions of Americans, not just Donald Trump. Known as the Hammer, the spying platform was so onerous and anti-American that when Dave Janda reported about it with General McInerney on March 19, 2017, including the fact that John Brennan and James Clapper were deeply involved with Barack Obama in operating the Hammer as a means of leverage and blackmail, the deep state panicked in their effort to prevent attention to the story about the Hammer. James Comey went public on March 20th. The very next day, to tell the American people that the FBI was conducting an investigation between the Kremlin and the Trump campaign in a counterintelligence probe that could reach all the way to the White House and could last for months. The birth of the big lie, the phony story, the shiny thing to divert attention away from the Hammer. Dave Janda explains.
In addition, the extraordinary disclosure came near the beginning of a sprawling 5.5-hour public hearing before the House Intelligence Committee, in which Comey also said, and here's where he lied to Congress, and for this alone he goes to prison, there was, quote, no information that supports President Trump's claim that his predecessor ordered their surveillance. He already knew about Dennis Montgomery. Dennis Montgomery had already turned over the information to the FBI, and Comey was aware of it. Right then and there, Comey goes to jail.
Now, friends, Dennis Montgomery is the one who provided the evidence of the existence of the Hammer illegal surveillance platform. Comey knew. Comey lied. He who knows the truth and calls it a lie is a criminal. Watch the entire report from Dave Janda's Operation Freedom titled President Trump versus the Deep State's Spying, Entrapment, and Treason. I'll link it below this video. The rats are now turning on each other. James Comey and Loretta Lynch have differing versions of the story regarding the Clinton email investigation. John Brennan is so panicked that he's making appearances on mainstream Mockingbird platforms to assure the public that if there was any spying, it was all done by the book. And meanwhile, the American people are hungrier than ever for real justice. A jury in California just awarded $2 billion to a couple who got cancer after using Monsanto's Roundup for years. The jury ruled the couple, Elva and Alberta Piliad of Livermore, California, contracted non-Hodgkin's lymphoma because of their use of the glyphosate-based herbicide Roundup. The evidence shown at trial, showing that Monsanto knowingly covered up the dangers of their product for years in both their marketing and labeling, illustrates the level of pure evil intent with which executives at the company have operated for decades. Monsanto and now parent company Bayer face thousands more lawsuits over Roundup. But the $2 billion jury award illustrates that the American people are fed up with corporate greed and malevolence, and they want justice. What Monsanto is to corporate America, Obama, Clinton, Comey, Clapper, and Brennan are to politics and the deep state. And according to Joe DeGeneva, the bar bill, is now coming due.
James Comey, Brennan, and Clapper have said to themselves, which one of us is going to pay the bar bill? The bar bill is coming due. And Durham's appointment means that the already occurred meetings between the Attorney General, the CIA Director, and the Director of National Intelligence have now focused on a laser that the core of this conspiracy began with John Brennan and ends with John Brennan in London and D.C. and the Democratic National Committee. This is very serious business, and for the first time, I now believe that some of these guys are going to go to prison.
Friends, thank you so much for tuning in, and thank you for liking and sharing this video within your sphere of influence, because YouTube is doing its level best to silence us. And thanks to my patrons for your support, and for real news 24/7, just type into the Brave browser sgtreport.com. Thanks for watching. God bless. Bye-bye.
They're serving the rich and they're enslaving the poor. The downside of this will be horrendous,
Right.
but they're meanwhile keeping it going.